Hey everyone, this is Nate, and this is Optimus Prime, and this is my review of Transformers: Age of Extinction. So just a little history on my experience with the previous Transformers movies. I enjoy part one. I don't think it's that great, but I think it's pretty good considering, it's a movie about robots fighting each other. Now part two, I literally hate. It is the worst, one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I'll never watch it again. I'll never own it. I hate it. And part three, I don't hate. I think part three was kind of much better than part two, but not quite as good as part one. So I actually went into this movie with pretty low expectations, only because it's the fourth one and the last one was just okay. And I actually enjoyed this movie a lot more than I thought I was. I think that the action is a lot bigger than it's been in the previous movies, and that's saying something. And the visual effects are leaps and bounds better than the previous movies, in my opinion. I think Michael Bay, he did a really good job with a lot of the shots, the way he moved the camera. The edits are a lot longer. They're not like the 3-second, cracked out edits that he normally does. And you can actually see the action a lot better than normal. So I think he really did a much better job with this movie than the previous ones. In regards to the acting, I liked Wahlberg far better than Shia LaBeouf. I think he's a more likable character and a more likable actor in general, so I wasn't annoyed with him and was like, please just go away. I wanted to keep following him in his story. And also I like Stanley Tucci. He's really good he plays a scientist, and he's funny. He's actually funny. He's not like stupid funny. And so I think he was a welcome addition too to the movie. I think one of the standout actors of the movie was my buddy, Optimus Prime. He was more aggressive than he's been in the previous movies. He was like actually tough, and he was really pissed off. He was tired of the humans.
After all we have done, humans are hunting us.
He punched a robot dinosaur in the face hard. Then he threatened to cut his head off. I said, yes, I like this Optimus. He brought his A game. He was fantastic. And in regards to the story of the movie or the plot of the movie, this one I think was a lot simpler than the previous two, which I think got a little too convoluted, and this was a lot easy. It's, hey look, we hate these robots, we want them out. These robots pretty much just defending themselves, and that's the gist of the movie. So it was pretty smart of them to just keep it very simple. And lastly, I actually really liked the soundtrack as well, like the score of the movie. I think the other ones have pretty good music, but the soundtrack for this one was really good. I don't know if you're into that, but if you do listen to music in movies, which I think is important, it has a really good score as well. Now on to what sucked. And there's a fair amount of things that suck in this movie. First off, a minor gripe. The product placement in the movie is ridiculous, okay? There is like advertisements for Budweiser, and Beats by Dre, and Chevrolet, and Victoria's Secret, and probably Coca-Cola, and probably other stuff that I didn't even realize. I didn't pay my money to see a commercial, so cut that out, Michael Bay. It's terrible and it's very annoying. Also, something else that is very annoying, there's a little blue robot. Maybe someone knows his name who's a bigger fan than I am. He's awful. He was in the previous movie. He kind of has crazy hair, looks like Albert Einstein. That character has got to go. I hope he's never in another Transformers movie. He sucks. He sucks. He's terrible. So I don't like him at all. I think also there's a lot of cheesy lines. And even though those other two actors who I mentioned before did a good job, they still had to say some pretty stupid lines. So they did good in spite of having to say these words, not because they had to say these words. And so respect for them. Some other people didn't fare as well. So that was really rough. And also, it's very long, the movie. It's nearly 3 hours, and it doesn't feel like 3 hours, but it feels longer than it should be, if that makes any sense. So I think they could have cut out a good 20 to 30 minutes of it. But the absolute worst part of this entire movie has got to be the girl and the guy. The girl who plays the daughter, I don't know her name, and I don't want to know her name. She's terrible, okay? She comes from the Michael Bay School of Acting. Look really good in short shorts. Know how to speak English, you got the job. Because she is atrocious. Everything she says makes me want to pull my ears off. Everything she does makes me want to punch my own self in the face. It is horrible. And the guy who plays her boyfriend, I don't know who he is either. I don't want to see him ever again. He's very annoying as well. I think him might be more so the way they wrote his character than him acting. But either way, I hate them both. I literally wanted them to die the entire movie. Spoiler alert, they don't. So there you go. So that really sucked. That's it in a nutshell. So just to wrap it up, I actually, even though I just said all that stuff that wasn't that good in the movie, I did overall enjoy the movie. I think the good outweighs the bad, and visually speaking, it is a really good looking movie. It is very entertaining, and it's a lot less, it's stupid, but it's a lot less stupid than the first 3 Transformers. So for that, I have here a milk chocolate allspark. And I'm gonna give this movie 7 milk chocolate allsparks out of 10. So don't forget to subscribe, share, tell your friends, watch the video, tell them to watch the video, and watch when I review Dawn of the Planet of the Apes in 2 weeks. Take it away, Optimus.
Autobots, transform and roll out!